anything to save them. Burn away the remnants, the part that will not process, the waste, the offal of your world. They grit the system and stick the wheels to the temple floor. Yeah, right. Pigs are like, won't you be my neighbor? Everything good?
You gotta be kidding me!
You made a bridge of love.
Oh, wow!
Fucking figured it out. Oh, fucking bridge of love. Oh.
Yep, they're just trying to make bridges of love. See, they're just chasing after, trying to get some tail. That's all.
Oh, God, no. What have I done?
Mandus, I know you are out here. I own this city. I am this city.
Feels like Bioshock above ground.
This is not what I meant. This is not what I meant at all.
I figured there was a note here. No one misses the poor. Round up some orphans and the world will thank you for it. Disappear a whore and a gentleman applauds you. Call a beggar and a lady walks safely again. I hate them. I hate them more than any of the others. This privilege, this pretension, these so-called leaders, these pillars of society, these rich and fanciful. They wear their filth on the inside, but they are no less dirty. I have plans for them all. We will feed them and then we will feed from them. That is actually a great phrase right there. This is the whole line there. These so-called leaders, these pillars of society, these rich and fanciful, they wear their filth on the inside, but they are no less dirty. Damn.
Redeem yourselves. Redemption is at hand. Enter the cleansing and set your souls free. For you are born into filth and will die as pigs. Only through my redemption can you ascend to the skies and claim the heavens as your kingdom. Fall on your knees. Ashes, bones, and ashes. The pile will reap.
We have set aside an entire wing of the mansion for their parties. We invite them from near and far, and we guzzle them in with fine wine and the finest cuts in all of London. My God, Mandus, but these chops are rather divine. Who is your butcher? Feed them up, for the wine and the grains will also lend a character to the product. Keep the flesh relaxed. Opium in the champagne and gravy. A hog roast every night for the Duke and Duchess. An actress battered and sliced. An artisan in every mouthful. An importer of fine tea stewed in his own leaves. They bicker and breed under the table, but by the fireplace, on the carpet stained with wine and fat, with long dead nobles of deformed grace and cold stare watch them from gilded frames along the crooked walls. We will hose it down later as we shovel them into our machines.
Critical, and we can have such a burning that this city will shine as a beacon of redemption for the world.
Oh, that's not good. Not sounding good at all. Oh, holy shit. I stand and look at myself in the mirror, penis in hand, and my reflection grins at me, and his mouth is full of the sulfur mustards. Vain fool, he sneers. Are you really so very different? Do you genuinely believe your works of evil are any greater than the rest of them? You are simply a weak man, a product of his age and the same as any other. This is empire, cretin. This is the killing idiocy, the natural result of this social Darwinism. If you are evil, then this world is evil. You just let the blood run in the street rather than hiding it in the poorhouse. You hold the blade and slide it home yourself. You do not pay a man to do this, for you where you cannot see it. If you are evil, at least yours is an honest evil, and that alone makes you Ubermensch. And thus I wash my hands and take to bed. Great. I'm Ubermensch with penis in hand. There's a great demand for my penis in hand.
Do you hear me, Mandus?
No.
This is what you planned.
Don't hear a goddamn thing. Don't hear a goddamn thing. I didn't do anything. Not it. I guess so.
Where are my children? Where are my children?
But we're going there. And we're making good time. Well, there's our children. Hi, twins. Farming the world. I saw the detritus of this so-called progress. I saw starvation and disease. I saw rubbish floating in the harbor. We are ruiners, all of us, and we make the world unclean. All the guns in COD, they can't spare one for you. The homicide of Pigtown. Guess who's back? Back again. Sabotaging shit. Tell a friend.
Will they be free?
Fucking crazy.
Yes, my friend. Drained and bled and freed from the prison of the flesh. Free to ascend as smoke to the stars.
And the good, the worthy, How will we save them?
Show me these worthy, Mandus. Show me these good. I do not see them.
Found it. He done found it. Yeah, I'm not sure what the hell to do now. Grab this. Okay, we missed this step. Got him. There we go. We fry the pigs. All right. Nice. Okay, we fry the pigs and we move on. Wunderbar. I like to break shit. Level. You're going to give me a seizure. What the hell do you want me to do now? That's all. Oh, shit. Ow. Okay, don't touch that.
I know you, machine. I know what you fear. I will rain excrement into your very soul. I will destroy you.
You are too late, Mandus. My great works are almost begun.
He's back with the food, yeah. Walking away from those temples, that small pile of stones under the rhododendrons, the skulls of innocents under the loose clod, headless rib cages in the cool stone behind the altars. 3,000 miles apart, I trace back my life to this instance. Rain channels eroded in ancient stone. The toxins are already in this falling water. I hack and retch and vomit into the sink and grasp the bowl with both hands and stare. There in the plug hole, as clear as day, a toy spine, clockwork and intricate, like a child's spine, but clockwork. How could that be? How could a child's spine be made like clockwork? I washed it carefully and placed it on the mantelpiece. By the egg I laid myself. Under the garden where the children's skulls are buried. I call it my Mexico. Yeah, now things are good and broken. I'm doing a bang-up job. Nailed it.
I am here again, at the foot of those stairs. Towards the red light of the nursery. Sunset in the window like a bleeding sky. The horizon a slit throat. The seeping dark to drain the guilt from us. I am the jaguar-faced man. I am the feathered serpent. This priesthood is mine.
You good? You done giving yourself titles? Great. They're hungry. I am the one that knocks.
I can meet him, your great engineer. How marvelous. I must say, Mr. Mandus, my excitement is almost unseemly.
Yes, I can see that. Step this way, Professor. I will be right behind you.
Mandus? Mandus, where the devil are you? I can't see a damn thing. Mandus!
We are the pig, Professor. We are all the pig.
We are the pig. Da da da. It's raining blood. Can you kids stop doing this magic trick? Stop it. It's getting very disturbing.
I climb in stillness now. Blue water runs in my veins, now I am clean. I carry the knife of this factory, the bowl of this mill. I am come to collect you from your fields and your furnaces. I will gather you into the white clouds. I will gather you to me, and I will take you home.
No, thank you. I'll go home by myself. I'll need a chaperone. The veil lifts, the bride is waiting. The man eats the pig, and the pig is eaten by the machine, and the man is eaten by the machine. This is as it ever will be.
Hear me, Mandus. My gears are adjust. My steam is built. Soon I will spill that blue water and split the egg, the atom, my soul, and there will be a very great burning that we might make the world clean. Be proud, for this is your doing. Until you steeped me in the blood of your own, I was nothing but rotten architecture. You have made me, and I will make the world anew.
Is the machine talking to him, or is it the professor? I feel like it's the professor. At the same time, I feel like maybe it's in his fucking head, because this just shit's getting weird. Hello? Anyone? What is he fucked? Fuck off, pig. Nailed it. Well, that was exciting. No? No les pouches? Oh, shit. Les pouches? Yeah. Mandus Descending amongst the spirits. The Aztecs believed that they could avert the apocalypse through sacrifice. History tells us they failed. Their tragedy was simply that they could not spill enough blood in time. About that. So what chapter do we think we're at right now? Supposedly there's like, what, 8 chapters?
Only to save you. Only to spare you. I would have given my soul to spare you this world and its loan. Oh, my children. My children. What have I done?
Been an asshole. That's
What have I become?
a madman.
will put it right, my darlings.
Well, you know.
All of my wrongs will be righted. All of my sins washed clean.
I don't know about washed clean.
I love you, my darlings, and I am sorry.
Memories, they surface like bloated bodies rising to the scum of the Thames. I looked at them, covered in the blood of their dead mother. Little piglets squalling in their swaddling, and my heart at once was filled with a great love and a consuming hate I could never have imagined. At that point did my soul split, creating him? Was this the egg of my soul the moment the great clock began to tick? Is the only path to redemption to join us together again, to make myself whole, to close the great circle and take that madman into my heart once more, and forgive him and myself as well?
I am sorry for all I have done. I simply loved you all too much for this world.
So much you killed him. Yeah. Sure. I didn't say that. Okay, we're touching these things. Why not? Let's go around touching things, you know, like what we were told not to do when we were kids.
I have you now, creature. I will destroy you.
Stop him! Stop him! Kill him!
It is over. It is time to end this madness.
I think there's one chapter left after this one. Oh, okay, cool. So we've gone in here. We've touched the little things. We've gone in here. But I can't see shit, so I don't know what we're doing. Open these. What the fuck are we doing? I guess we're done here? Question. I don't know. I can't see shit. So that's it. Anything else we need to do? Anything else we need to touch or boop or break or throw? There's no way out now. Oh no, here we go. So down this way. With as much shit as in this game, not seeing it might be a good thing. I mean, fair. With all the excrement.
Oh, God help me. I am lost in the dry paper soul of the world.
I bleach. Terrorists, 1. Enoch, Edwin, Oswald, and I. Or I should say terrorists win. Goddamn.
Mandus, listen to your heart. You know you are with me. You created me to save the world. I am your friend.
I stuffed you in this thing? I did. Oh, that's fucked. So this guy's literally the machine now. In the eyes and the mouth, huh?
Daddy.
Nice timing.
I have stood knee-deep in mud and bone and filled my lungs with mustard gas. I have seen 2 brothers fall. I have lain with holy wars and copulated with the autumnal fallout. I have dug trenches for the refugees. I have murdered dissidents where the ground never thaws and starved the masses into fame. A child's shadow burnt into the brickwork. A house of skulls in the jungle. The innocent Mandus trod and bled and gassed and starved and beaten and murdered and enslaved. This is your coming century. They will eat the Mandus. They will make pigs of you all and they will bury their snouts into your ribs, and they will eat your hearts.
Delicious. Let's go. This is quite a feat of engineering, too. Jesus.
Please, Mandus, no. For your children.
Oh, shit. The children are on either side of me. Oh, that's terrifying. Let's do it. Blinky, 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 blinky. Oh, yeah, reminds me of the scooping room in Five Nights at Freddy's. Yep. Yeah. So once again, another Amnesia title, this time hitting hard on society, how people are viewed, how people can make hell for other people. And of course, the question of is there redemption for someone?
The God I had created die. At the end, when we were cold as the stone we had hewn his body from, when the lights were nearly all extinguished, we heard, in the silent distance, the man-pigs singing to one another. Then, as the last lights were gone, and we lay together in the deep, they drifted away, and all was silent. Such a silence I have never known. And as the dust settled on my open eyes, and we lay together embraced forever, I heard, miles above us, the sounds of the city turning over in its sleep. A church bell ringing out. And in that moment, the new century was born.
Da-da-da, more eye bleach. There we go. Amnesia, a machine for pigs. A bit slower, or not a bit slower, I would say a bit shorter than the first one, of course, which is Amnesia, The Dark Descent. But I enjoyed this one more, probably. It had a quicker pace to it. You didn't feel so lost. I felt like things were done in a way where you could kind of pick up the rhythm of what you needed to do and not feel like so lost and looking around going, okay, what's the next step? There were still things where you could easily miss it if you didn't look, but I think that's more on the player rather than the design of the game by any means. There were some things where, again, still kind of left you guessing, like, I'm not sure what they want to do next, but let's just look around and see. But I like the concept. I like the story overall. It's very interesting. It's very in-depth, very dark and grim, but gets you thinking, which I can appreciate. So overall, both stories are very engaging, very different from one another, mostly, in how they present their stories. But I think, like this one more. Again, it didn't overstay its welcome. It was a little more directed to the point, and there was just more to it. There was even, more action to it with the, pigs running around stuff. And I will say, the one thing I did like about The Dark Descent, which I thought was really cool mechanic, was keeping the lights on, right? And having that sort of survival element to it where you had to make sure you had enough flints on you in order to light the candles and, you know, watch out for the sort of darkness that was after you. That bit I really liked. And here they just switched it for pigs, which the pigs to me seemed very easy to avoid. So there wasn't as much of a challenge for them, dealing with them, as with like the darkness. But if you just explored enough in the Dark Descent, you'd have tons of flint, and you could just light every candle as you go, and it became a lot easier anyway. So different concepts. I mean, I like both. Weren't too much of a challenge in either game, I feel like. But overall, this was a pretty good experience. I mean, it definitely hits hard on society and the, you know, the different points that they wanted to make sure to get across. And there is a sense of horror, but it's not really like your traditional horror, like you better run. I mean, sometimes it had some elements of it, right, with the pigs avoiding them and stuff. But it's not really horror in that sense. It's like the horror of people, of like the extent of where people can go. And I think that's more scary. I think it's like more of like mental horror to think about like who would do all this and who would go through all this without any shred of sympathy, and to be pushed to this, you know, that far of an extent without ever once questioning it. So in its own right, that is horror. But the game itself, I wouldn't quite say horror. I would say more suspense. But it's very interesting for sure. Music, like I said, is very good. The ambiance is very good as well. So, you know, if you're looking for a good game that's gonna run like 4 or 5 hours for you, this is a solid one to run through, honestly.